Put the first nail in to build the Sukkah. Now, there's two reasons why I really like that prayer. The first is that I really like Sukkot. I have lots of great memories of Sukkot. It's Zman Simchatenu, as Rabbi mentioned at the beginning of the service. It's a time of rejoicing. But I particularly like that prayer because it means we have about 12 minutes left in Yom Kippur by the time we get there. And so we didn't exactly go home and hammer the first hammer in on Wednesday night, but Thursday we did start building one of our two sukkahs. Some of you may know from years past that we in the Zylberman household have two sukkot that we build. One that that is made with metal rods and tent material around it, and is our sleeping sukkah, so that weather permitting, we at least in various shifts spend the nights sleeping out there with the kids. And the other is our eating sukkah. That way, we don't have to take the table out and put the bedding in every night and so on. So we have two sukkah. But you know, every year I'm reminded that there are many different ways to build a sukkah. And some of you may have seen pictures of portable sukkot that you can take with you in a little bag. If you're at work and you want to have a meal and you're in an office park, you can come downstairs and pop up a sukkah for one. It's a little bit like a teepee, and you can make it happen. You may have seen sukkot that are on the back of flatbed trucks, so they're portable and you can take them with you as long as you batten down the hatches while you're driving around. But in case you're really desperate and you're out and about and you want to have a meal and you can't bear the thought of having a meal during Sukkot, not in a sukkah, all you need is two SUVs and some stuff. What's stuff? It's the palm fronds. Doesn't have to be palm fronds. It's the living material that is on the ceiling of a sukkah. And the way you construct it is take your two SUVs, line them up like in a parking lot with, I don't know, enough room for 2 or 3 people between them, open the front doors, and then put the scarf over the roofs. And you've got a sukkah, kosher sukkah, portable. Now, the laws of Sukkot are so complicated that one rabbi years ago said that there was a reason Jews don't have Christmas trees, and it's because if we did have Christmas trees, we would have such complicated halakha around it that it wouldn't be worth the effort. A certain size it has to be, a certain breed of pine tree, can you use electric, can you not use electric, what about plastic, does it have to be, can it be bought in China? When does it be, you know, if it falls over and it breaks one of the fronds, does that mean it's no longer kosher? So that's why Jews don't have Christmas trees. You don't think so? Okay. But there is a serious aspect to Sukkot, of course, and that is the symbolism of the Sukkah. The Sukkah reminds us at this season of our own lives. And it does so, I think, in 3 main ways. The first way is that the Sukkah, like us, is not here one day, it's here the next, and then 8 days later, or 7 days later, depending how long it takes you to take it down, it's gone. It's temporary, just like we're temporary. Our lives are brief. Hopefully not just a week, but whether it's 70 years and 10 or 120 or less, it is but a blink in the eye when it comes to eternity. In fact, on Sukkot we read one of the great works of literature, the book of Ecclesiastes, a sample of which is on our stained glass windows here. The first line reads, Et laledet ve'et lamut. There's a time to be born and a time to die. Sukkot reminds us that we are all finite, and so we should make the most of our time here and give thanks and be grateful for every moment, every day that we have in our lives. That's the first message of the Sukkah. The second message of the Sukkah is, like us, if there is a big gust of wind, it gets blown over. It's fragile. By design, it is to be somewhat flimsy. A reminder that we are somewhat flimsy. It doesn't take much to topple us over. An illness, a physical illness, a mental illness, a sudden loss, a devastation at work or in our finances. Any number of things can knock us over. But the Sukkah can be rebuilt. And so can we. Which brings us to the third message of the Sukkah, which is an empty Sukkah is kind of boring and kind of dull. Sukkah really only comes to life and becomes a source of joy when it's filled with ushpizim, guests. Our life is kind of boring and dull if we're all alone. If we bring ushpizim, if we bring friends and family into our circle, it's no longer dull and boring. It's exciting, it's joyful, maybe combative at times, depending on your family. But loneliness can be cured by ushpizim, by bringing family and friends into the circle of life. So as we transition from Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, and the New Year's season, into the festival of Sukkot, we're reminded of the brevity of our lives and the need to take it seriously and make the most of every day. The fact that we're fragile but can be helped back up, and that life is enriched when we bring together friends and family into our circle. May this Sukkot and this Shabbat be Zman Simchatenu, a time of rejoicing, and may this Shabbat be a time of shalom, a time of peace. And we say,
Amen.
Amen.